The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone. How are you guys doing today? Can you hear me? Am I coming through loud and clear? Let me just go ahead and share my screen now, and we will get the show on the road. So first of all, just let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. I know that for anyone that's been on the call before, or these calls before, unfortunately, I seem to always have audio issues. I spent a long time on the phone this morning with tech support from my internet service provider. Hopefully we got all that resolved. But if we haven't, if we ever run into any issues today, I've got a different setup now so that you guys can, on the last calls when you messaged in and said it wasn't working, I never saw those messages, unfortunately. So I've got a new setup here. I can see all the messages coming in when I go full screen. We're going to have a really great time today, guys, because I get to share stuff that I really haven't ever been able to talk a lot about before because, as you know, most of the stuff that I've been teaching for the past 7 years has been stuff related to how to build an online business. Now, what's really interesting about that is that all of this, how to build an online business stuff, all of this stuff that I've been teaching that's related to build an online business, the techniques, the tricks, the email marketing, the sales funnels, the upsells, the downsells, all that stuff, they actually come from something called direct marketing. And these same marketing principles can be applied towards any type of business, regardless of where you are in the world. I see here, we got Roger here at 3 a.m. in Australia. Man, that's crazy. I can't believe you're up at 3 a.m. right now. So thank you so much for being here. I'll make sure and give you the slides at the end of the call too. So Roger, if things are a little bit fuzzy because, 3 a.m. Don't worry about taking notes or anything like that. I'll get you all that stuff afterwards. So I'm glad everything is coming through loud and clear. Today's call should be about an hour to an hour and a half or so, and I get to share stuff with you, like I said, that I've never really had the opportunity to share before. I want to talk about some of the big misconceptions in advertising, some of the hurdles that people run into, how to get past them, as well as give you a 10-step guide, and then I'll give you the printable guide at the end, 10-step guide that will show you exactly what you need to do to take any business, regardless of whether it's online or offline or services or a product, doesn't matter, e-commerce, it'll work with everything. Those 10 steps that you need to do to dramatically improve your marketing and start getting in sales hand over fist, so to speak. All right, so I'm going to do what I normally do during presentations here. I'm going to go full screen, and I've got the little questions window off to the side. So if there are any issues, if there's audio lag, if there are problems, let me know ASAP. And then I've got different options and different ways of calling in and connecting so that we can fix the issue so you guys get as much content as possible. All right, so off to the races. Welcome to the call. So who this call is for? It's for business owners that run small to medium-sized businesses. It's perfect for consultants or coaches that need more consistent revenue. It works really, really well for retail and restaurant owners that need more foot traffic, people in their store, butts in seats. It works really well for online business owners that have consistent revenue and need to grow. So most of what we're going to be talking about today are geared towards people that already have sales coming into their business. So this isn't a start a business type webinar. This is a grow your current business type webinar. Really, it's for anyone that's running an established business that wants more sales now. So here's what you'll get out of this webinar. A simple advertising formula that can transform terrible marketing into genius marketing overnight. It's a 10-step plan. Follow the plan and your marketing is going to be better than 95% of your competition. We'll talk about how to sell anything to anyone, anywhere, as long as you follow these rules. We'll talk about how to apply everything to a traditional business, so brick and mortar location, restaurant, retail store, that kind of thing, as well as an online business, maybe coaching, consulting, info products, that kind of thing. We'll talk about how to make consistent sales without spending a penny on advertising. And I'm going to go over 3 case studies that you can model for your business as well. Because like I was mentioning, we've got people from all different walks of life and all different types of businesses on the call. We've got people that run service businesses, people that have products they sell online, people that have retail stores. So I wanted to provide 3 case studies to show you how you can use all of these steps in each of those individual businesses. Then I'm going to give you 4 big action steps that you can take today that will literally increase your sales by tomorrow, and we'll go over a whole lot more actually. But that's kind of the main takeaway from this. And as I said, if you stay until the end, I'm going to give you a printable PDF, a checklist. It's going to have resources in it. It's going to have a copy of all the slides. It'll have a copy of the 10 steps that you need to follow to overhaul your marketing, some recommended reading. It's a really great resource that goes along with this course, and it'll help you implement these steps after the webinar. So who am I? My name is Adam Nolan. I'm the chief copywriter at Nolan Direct Incorporated. I'm an ex-financial advisor that had to learn marketing really, really fast to save my business. I was back in the finance world in 2008, 2009, when everything hit the fan. And I had to figure out how to get really good at this marketing stuff or essentially lose my business. And my coworkers and friends and business associates started to notice this, that business was picking up for me rather than going in the opposite direction like everyone else. And in 2009, 2010, I started to sell marketing services and help people with their businesses and help financial advisors and all that with booking clients. So since starting to teach this stuff, 2009, 2010, my courses have been downloaded over 250,000 times, and I have campaigns that are literally responsible for millions of dollars in sales. We've had over 35,000 people attend these live presentations, and now I run a direct response marketing agency up in the Great White North, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, if you're ever in town and want to visit. So before we jump into the how-to, into the 10 steps, the 4 big action things that you can do and all that, I want to dispel some current advertising myths. And some of the stuff that I'm going to share on this slide is pretty controversial. I actually get hate mail because of this stuff. I started to speak out again quite vocally against social media as far as using it for small to medium-sized businesses. And I'll explain why in a sec. And I'm actually receiving hate mail because of this. So I'll go over that in a moment here, but I want to explain dispel some current advertising myths. Number one thing is advertising requires luck for things to go, or for things to go viral. A lot of people believe that they have to kind of strike it rich or put together some combination of funny, cute, entertaining video that hopefully will go big, and then they'll get tons of traffic and sales from that. Advertising requires nothing of the sort. In fact, relying entirely on viral advertising and luck is the fastest way to go out of business. Another big advertising myth I want to dispel is that you need to keep up with changes and adopt social media and SEO and all that stuff. And it's hogwash. It's just not true. The reason why so many marketing agencies push social media, push SEO, push that kind of stuff is because it's very, very difficult for it to be accountable, which means that they can continue to bill your company without you knowing if their advertising is working or not, which is one of the main reasons why it's pushed so heavily right now. But the idea that you need to keep on top of trends, that you need to stay on top of the latest, greatest, most current advertising, mediums is complete BS. My most effective campaigns are literally campaigns that I've borrowed, that I've made changes to, pieces of copy that were written 100 years ago. The exact same piece of copy, minus a few words, because you don't want to deal with copyright infringement. Always got to make sure you do your own work. But my best advertising campaigns are based off campaigns that are 100 years old. So you definitely don't need to keep up and be on top of the most latest, greatest, wonderful thing. Advertising is risky and expensive. Another big myth. And this is actually one that I very much believed back when I was working in finance. I was under the impression that in order to get any kind of coverage, you had to drop $10,000 down on a newspaper ad or a media spot or maybe an inexpensive commercial for $10,000. But it's not true at all. I've got campaigns that I've started at $5 a day that have turned into behemoths generating $2,000-$3,000 and up a day. So you could start your campaigns very, very small, and only if they're successful do they grow. So the next one I want to talk about, email marketing is dead. Email marketing is far from dead. I have no idea whoever is claiming email marketing is dead, because I occasionally do get emails about this. Who's going to read my emails? Nobody checks their inbox. I get a million emails. No one's going to ever see it. The people claiming email marketing is dead are the ones doing it wrong. Email marketing has the highest return out of any type of advertising I've done in 7 years. Because once somebody is on your list once, you can continue to advertise to them forever for free. Unlike any other form of medium where it's going to cost you money. Even direct mail where you have a list, it still costs money to send that postcard out or send that letter out. Email is free. So email is very, very inexpensive, and if done correctly is extremely effective. Okay, so the next big one, and this is the one that I get the most hate mail about above anything else. Social media marketing is free and it works. And I'll spend a little bit of time chatting about this, and I'm sure that we'll have a discussion about this at the end of the call. But I'm really, really against social media marketing for small businesses. And the reason why is because social media marketing, the goal behind that is to build up your following. build up your Twitter following, build up your Facebook following. That's kind of the your YouTube following. The brunt of the effort goes into that. So a lot of people are advertising right now to build up followers on their Facebook fan pages or on their Twitter accounts. People advertise for that stuff all the time. And marketing firms push that kind of thing. Marketing firms say you need to do this because it's the next greatest thing and everyone's doing it. And because everyone's doing it, you have to do it. And then these companies spend thousands of dollars on social media marketing to build up their Facebook fan page. Now, here's the issue with that. You don't own that page. Facebook owns that page. You don't own the visitors on that page. Facebook does. Whenever you send a message out to them, it goes out to 5 to 15% at the most. It's okay. So there's those reasons. The big reason, though, I want to talk about is kind of what was revolved around that little bit of hate mail that I got last week. Somebody sent me a message, and I don't think I've ever seen the word wrong in bold in caps more times in my entire life. And the gist of the story was that social media marketing does work, and that this was a small business owner, and he had spent $4 a day on social media marketing to build up his Facebook. Oh, Alex is saying there's no sound here. How are you guys doing on sound? Is it coming through? Hello, any sound? You guys go ahead. Yes, we're all good. Okay, sounds good. Fantastic. Okay. Gets me nervous when I see no sound. So anyway, let me just scroll down here and make sure. Yes. Okay, here. Fantastic. All right, that's good. So here's why I'm so against social media. And yes, it can work. Yes, SEO can work. By all means, they are viable marketing methods that lots of business owners employ to generate sales for their companies. Here's my gripe with it. As a business owner, you've got a million things on your mind right now. You're trying to juggle sales, you're trying to juggle customers, you're trying to figure out where your next revenue, next bit of sale are coming in from. To have to go and post to social media every single day is extremely tedious. It gets very boring very, very quickly, and it's the type of thing that very few people enjoy, especially if your primary objective in posting to social media isn't to pat your ego, pat yourself on the back, or talk about how great your company is. If your main objective is to get sales, the results that you're going to see from those postings are going to be very, very small. Now, here's this message that I got from this gentleman that was spending $4 a day on social media, and he was very adamant that it worked and that he was able to significantly grow his business. And I completely believe him. And the reason why I believe him is because he said he was spending $4 a day over the course of 2.5 years. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not really a big fan of waiting 2-3 years to see results from work that I did today. So yes, it does work, but it is very, very, very long to get results. And I can almost guarantee you that if you took that $4 a day, which turns out to be just less than $3,000 over the course of 2 years, and given it to a direct marketer that was running highly effective targeted ads for your business, you would achieve the same result in 2 months rather than 2.5 years. So that's my big gripe with social media marketing. Yes, it does work, but it is not the ideal medium. It's not the ideal way to advertise for a small mom and pop shop who doesn't care how many Twitter followers they have. They just need to bring their next sale in so they can keep the lights on. So that's my big gripe with social media marketing. And hopefully, as we continue through this presentation, you'll see why. Next thing is inbound marketing is the wave of the future. Similar to social media marketing in that it is unnecessary. Lots and lots of people talk about inbound marketing. I'm not a huge fan because, again, I don't like creating a ton of content that may or may not generate sales. So the idea behind inbound marketing is that you create lots and lots of content so that people consume your content, and then when they need to purchase your product, they think of you. In essence, it's branding, right, for the internet. The other final myth that I want to dispel is that advertising is a creative process. Advertising is about the furthest thing from a creative process. When most people think of advertising, they think of Mad Men and Madison Avenue and big awards and scotch and cigars and that kind of stuff. That is not what 95% of advertising is. Real advertising follows a very specific formula. David's saying sound is going in and out. Hey, David, how you doing? So are other people having sound issues? Because what I can do right now is switch over to a phone and I can call in. Sound is solid? No issues? Okay, no, all right. Well, so what I'm going to do is keep an eye on this, and if I get too many people, or if I get, 2, 3, 4 people in a row with sound issues, let me know. Put in the comments, like literally right away. I really want to stay on this. The stuff we're covering is stuff that I haven't shared before, so I want to make sure you get it all right? So David, my friend, I would recommend logging off and logging back in. Hopefully that'll work for you, because it looks like they actually fixed the connection this time around. All right, so back to the presentation. Advertising is a creative process. One of the furthest things from the truth. Our advertising follows a very, very predictable formula, and once you see the formula, it's really fun to pick apart ads and figure out how they could do better. Well, here's an example. My lovely wife is also in the advertising and marketing business, and we just tear ads apart when we see them. TV ads, print ads, and once you understand this formula, it becomes a game. So, there are kind of 3 or 4 ways that most businesses advertise, or the default message that they project when they decide they're going to tell people, come check out my business. Number 1 is don't spend your money with X company, come buy my product instead. And each one of these things that I'm going to point out here, each one of these advertising type messages has their own problem with it. And I'll go through each one at the end and explain what it is. But this is what like all of your competition is doing, 90%. So even if you're moderately good, even if you just walk away at 10% from what we're going to learn in the webinar today, you will still be better than almost all your competition. So your competition is saying stuff like, don't spend your money with X, come buy my product instead. Why? They're not giving a reason to leave the current company they're with. Another one is sale, sale, sale. That's basically a screaming match between companies and advertising to see who can create bigger fonts, bigger banners, more loud text, brighter reds, brighter yellows that are going to stand out. Sale, 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 come buy this now, sale until the end of the week. Boxing Day sales that last 2 weeks. Black Friday sales that last until Christmas. That kind of thing, right? Another common ad method is we sell widgets. Come buy our widgets. Why? What's the benefit of buying these widgets from you? How about this? We're the best widget makers. We've made widgets for 100 years. We love widgets. So it seems a little bit better, but the problem here is that no one cares about the company. They only care about the benefit they're going to get from your product or service. So by talking about the history of your company, how you're great at making widgets, how much you love widgets, none of that matters because it doesn't talk about how it's going to benefit the customer. So what most businesses aspire towards when it comes to marketing, what most people think of is brand marketing. The problem with that is brand marketing is only really good at one thing unless you've got a massive $1 million plus budget. And that's the only thing it's good at is vanity. You're pumping up your vanity. So what is brand marketing? Brand marketing is designed to get you to remember the brand the next time you make a buying decision. It's basically the content marketing of the world. So you come up with cute videos, you come up with educational material, you put stuff out into the world, hope that somebody sees it, and then hope that after they've seen enough of your things, enough of your ads, enough of your cute little animals for your commercials or whatever it might be, the next time they want to buy it, they think of you. This often requires multiple impressions for your ad to be effective, meaning it's extremely expensive to do this type of advertising. It's almost impossible to track where any of these sales or appointments are coming from because you don't know which one of your pieces of marketing content push them or convince them to book the appointment because they're not booking it right away or coming into your store right away. Also, it's a passive form of marketing. You have no control over when you'll achieve the results. And this is another reason why I don't like social media marketing or SEO, because you could be spending months to get traffic to your site and you don't even know if someone's going to be interested in purchasing your product or if your page is going to convert or if it's a viable idea yet. So SEO is great for the long-term game plan, but if you want results today, you need to find active forms of marketing that are going to get people into your store and to book appointments and to buy stuff now. It's very costly to make any kind of impression because of that multiple impression concept. And this is what people think of when they think of advertising, brand marketing. So that's the Mad Men, that's the Madison Avenue, that's the Creativity Awards, that's the billboards, the commercials you see. This is what, and that's the big problem, is that most small businesses get lured in by these fancy campaigns and they try and mimic them. They create ads that look really, really great, but they don't explain any benefits to the customer. Maybe they spend thousands of dollars on a beautiful logo and the ad is just a big logo. It doesn't explain what the company does, how it's going to help the customer, why they need to act now, nothing. But it's impressive, and business owners, small and medium-sized business owners, want to do this because it's what they see big companies doing. The problem with that is that these people trying to do these advertising, the small, medium companies, don't have the budget to do it properly. They run these ads on a very, very, very small budget. So what happens is they don't get enough impressions for it to make any kind of difference. Nothing is tracked. So what happens is the advertiser determines that advertising doesn't work, it's too expensive, and they're going to go back to word of mouth. They're going to go back to, sale. They're going to go back to whatever else it is that they've been doing to date, because they're trying to mimic what these giant companies are doing, and they're not having success with it. Enter in direct marketing. So what is direct marketing? Direct marketing ads are primarily focused on a benefit to the customer. Marketing pieces make clear, logical reasons for a lead to take action now, and it provides a very, very clear, easy to follow next step or call to action. The reason why you do that is because when somebody takes you up on that action, follows through on that action, you can track the response. So you're able to see if ad A worked better or ad B worked better, and it gives your advertising accountability. By having customers just said that. and through literally hundreds of years of advertising, maybe not hundreds, probably going back to about 1870 or so. So 130, 140 years of advertising, tracking, split testing, all of that stuff. Direct response advertisers have found a formula that works every single time when advertising, and that's what we're going to talk about today. These formulas are based on human psychology. They do not change over time. They do not change from market to market or product to product. So everything that we're learning on the call, you'll be able to apply to your business no matter what type of business that you run. These are the same techniques that worked 100 years ago that still work today in any type of business. And the wonderful, glorious thing about that is that you could stop hopping on the next big bandwagon. You don't have to worry about the next fad, Snapchat or whatever it is that's coming out. All you need to worry about is your very clear, benefit-oriented message to your customer. These same techniques will work just as well today as they did 100 years ago, as they will in 50 years from now, because human psychology does not change. And following these rules gives you a much, much better chance of success. So just to kind of nail the point home, here are some examples of brand advertising. And these are all obviously massive industry leader companies. And if you get to that point, fantastic, and you've got multi-million-dollar budgets to play with advertising and you can afford to do that kind of thing, by all means, go ahead. It's a completely different ballpark and not what we're doing on the call. This is kind of like the major leagues. So unless you've got a multi-million-dollar ad budget, you can't do the same type of advertising that these guys do. You can't hire professional coaches or you can't hire professional actors. You can't hire film crews. You can't rent out studios. To put together these commercials for these companies costs six figures, basically. For a commercial, when you factor in the production values, the ad costs, all of that stuff. So unless you've got massive budgets, you can't do what these guys are doing. So I want to give you some examples of direct advertising. And I just pulled these out last night, and they're three very, very different examples, but man, are they good. So it just goes to show how many different types of markets and levels of professionalism you can use with this direct marketing. So you see on the page here, we've got three different ads from three very different markets. I'll go over my favorite one last. But the first one you can see down in the bottom right corner, that's Proactive. Proactive is one of the biggest acne brands, one of the biggest direct response brands in the world right now. They sell their products on commercials. They sell their products through direct print. They sell their products online. But everything they do is surrounding direct marketing. So take an action now. And the reason why they do that is because they track that stuff and they know what's going to convert best. So there's an example of kind of a larger company using direct marketing with their ads. And you see it looks really pretty and all that stuff. It's a relatively effective ad. Then above that, we've got a little bit more of a, not quite as polished. It's a little bit more amateurish. Still a very, very effective ad. And the reason why is because they've got all the elements of excellent direct marketing. They've got a clear headline. They've got something that's going to motivate you to take action now. 1 free hour of cleaning, the expiry date. They've got benefits of why you should take advantage right now. Clean up all your clutter, make your bathroom sparkling, sterilize your handles, knobs, and switches, all that. And you know what? Even those benefits, the benefits they have right there, aren't all that great. But it's still way better than the competition saying, hire our cleaning service. These people give you a reason. So even though this piece of direct copy in the top right-hand side isn't stellar, it's still way, way better than most stuff that's out there. Now, which means that it will pull better than the competition's ad. So you don't have to be the best advertiser in the world. You just have to be better than your competition. And since most people don't use direct marketing, it's kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. So the ad on the left, I just found this last night. It's now in my swipe file. I love it. It's so good. Let me highlight some of the amazing points behind it. Thinking about replacing your old furnace? I'll buy you a dinner at the Keg just for letting me give you a quote. So the Keg is a really big fancy steak restaurant, steakhouse in Canada. Dear homeowner, CBC News recently reported that Canadians will spend on average an extra $1,000 this winter to heat their homes. CBC News, very reputable source, credibility in the headline. They've got testimonials on this. They've got call before January 25th and receive a free $30 gift certificate for the Keg. They've got testimonials. They've got benefits, reasons why you should call right now. Everything on this page, from the headline down to the PS, is a shining example of how a small business can use direct marketing. And we'll go through 3 examples of this later on and how you can use them in 3 different types of businesses. But as a model to follow, this is phenomenal. Even take a look at the bottom left-hand corner there, or bottom right corner. It says, please turn over. If you've got a postcard and it's got 2 sides on it, if you don't tell someone to turn it over, odds are they're not going to turn it over. So just simple things like that make such a massive difference between what you're putting out and what the competition is putting out that it's, like I said, it's almost like shooting fish in a barrel. So what's the difference? First of all, let me check here. We got some comments coming in. I want to make sure that everything is A-okay. Benoit says, I hope there will be a replay. Well, assuming everything is recording properly right now, yes, there will. If not, then what I'll do is I will re-record this later on today or tomorrow or something like that and send it up, because I do want to make sure that you guys get this. So what's the difference? Brand advertising. Brand advertising is, in a nutshell, an attractive model walking through the street wearing a label with your company's name on it. So it may get attention, but it doesn't truly sell the product, sell the service. Direct response is a calm salesman that explains how the product will benefit you, how to get it, and why you need to act now in order to get the product. You have a much, much higher chance of a sale. So why is direct marketing better? The fact that it's measured allows you to easily improve your advertising. You know for certain whether your advertising is profitable or not. Customers have a much more clear idea of how to get your product. You have way more control over the growth of your business. Very few businesses use it. Shooting fish in a barrel, right? And even bad marketing is way, way, way better than the competition. So if direct marketing is so great, why don't more people do this? Only 2 reasons: misinformation and vanity. Misinformation, a lot of people, 99% of business owners have never even heard of this direct marketing stuff. They don't know about it. They don't know how to use it in their business. They're not informed about how to take advantage of the opportunities. Vanity is, I'm aware of these marketing methods. I know they exist. I would rather pay to have my company look good through branding than pay to actually profit and bring sales in. So those are the only 2 reasons. Direct marketing, without fail, beats branding every single time. So now that we've got that out of the way, now that you've got a very, very clear idea of the differences between direct marketing and brand marketing, I'm going to go over the 10-step direct marketing formula and we'll show you exactly how to implement every single step and what you can do in your own business. Let's see here. No, Roger says no, the recording is not on. Actually, I don't trust the GoToWebinar recording, so I'm recording everything with ScreenFlow. I've had too many problems with GoToWebinar. See, the thing is, if I record with GoToWebinar and the audio doesn't work through GoToWebinar, there's no audio through the presentation. At least I know with ScreenFlow, everything's working properly right now. Knock on wood. All right, so here's our 10-step direct marketing formula. Number 1, you must have an excellent USP. So what's a USP? Unique selling position or unique selling proposition. Every product or service, no matter how simple in appearance, has one of these. This is the one thing that the public believes differentiates you from your competition. And there's a section of that sentence that I really want you to focus in on. It's the one thing the public believes. This doesn't actually have to be something that physically differentiates you or even factually differentiates you from the competition. It's the thing the public believes differentiates you from the competition. And the easiest way to find this is to simply explain the process your business goes through to prepare its service or its product. So what is unique about your product or service that makes you stand apart from the rest? I believe I have an example on this coming up, but I read a bit of copy about 2 weeks or so ago by a guy named Claude Hopkins, who's a copywriting legend. He's one of the grandfathers of our industry, and he was writing advertisements for a brewery. And everybody was saying at that time, our beer is pure, our beer is the freshest, our beer is we have pure beer, come buy our beer, you'll like our beer. And that's basically the same pitch everybody was making. And what he ended up doing is that he described the exact process that the company went through to make the beer. We clean out our tanks, our fermentation tanks 5 times before every new batch. We make sure our water is boiled to this temperature. We make sure that it has this percentage of, whatever in it. But he went on to explain every step of the process. Now, that process is not unique to that brewery. That process is one that every single brewery goes through. But the fact that he spelled it out and explained that to the public, that's what the public believed differentiated them from the competition. So company A cleans out its tanks 5 times. Nobody else has mentioned that, so they don't know how many other times or how many times the other companies clean out their tanks. So that's kind of the idea behind it. I'm pretty sure I actually have an example later on, but the idea is that you tell the story behind your business or your product, and that helps differentiate you from your competition. Also, just something to note, lowest price doesn't count. Never, ever, 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 I can't repeat that enough, never compete on price, because it's a race to the bottom that you do not want to win. You shave your margins thinner and thinner and thinner. It means you can afford to spend less on advertising. Your business grows slower. Just whatever you do, don't ever compete on price. Add things in, add bonuses, add limited time specials, whatever it might be. Never ever compete on price alone. Number 2, all offers must have a benefit-rich, curiosity-invoking headline. Headlines are what stop your visitors. They're what grab attention. Nothing else matters, because if your headline doesn't grab someone's attention, it doesn't matter how great your copy is. It doesn't matter if you're giving away a brick of gold for $5. If no one sees it, and you know what? If you wanted to test this, you could even go and put that at the end of your copy. See how effective your headlines are. If it doesn't stop someone, then you could write at the bottom, you could write in a piece of copy, I will send you a brick of gold if you just reply to this message right now. And if you write the worst headline in the world up at the top, you won't get a single damn response. That's how important these headlines are. It doesn't matter how good the copy is. It needs to call out who the ad is for and why they should continue reading. If your headline, I just repeated that. But if your headline is bad, it doesn't matter how great your offer is. And changing this one thing can have the single biggest impact on your business, because changing one sentence can literally double the number of people that see the rest of your offer, which means twice as many appointments booked, twice as many sales made, twice as much revenue coming into your company. And just as well to note, all of these offers must be benefit rich in general. Customers always think, what's in it for me? They never think about how I want to buy from this company because I want to support this company, or this company has a rich past, or this company has excellent ideals. Whatever reason they're buying the product from you, inside their head, there's a justification why they're buying that. That justification is, excuse me, have a drink of water here. That justification is, what's in this for me. So all offers must have some kind of guarantee or warranty. This is the easiest way to increase your conversion, is to offer some kind of risk transference device. Risk transference device can be a 30-day money-back guarantee, a service guarantee. We won't stop until you're satisfied with the end result. It doesn't matter what it is. The end result here is that you want to take as much risk from the customer and put it onto yourself, because the more that you can do that, offer your guarantee, offer a quality assurance promise, offer... in the ad that we just saw for the furnace replacer, the ad I said was really, really great. He says in the ad, if you're not happy with the service, or if at any point you feel pressured, call this number, tell them your address, and we'll mail you a $100 check. So there's absolutely no risk whatsoever. So the more that you can transfer the risk away from the customer and onto yourself, the more responses you'll get. A guarantee helps get rid of any last-minute concerns. It gives the customer a safety net, and the bigger the safety net, the more people will buy. Here's the nice thing. Even though you've got that safety net, very, very few people will take advantage of that money-back guarantee. Of course, you'll get a few people who will, yeah, and they're going to be people that occasionally will take advantage of your good nature. But the overwhelming majority of people won't, and they'll feel far more comfortable purchasing from you because you did have that guarantee. So all offers must have some kind of scarcity. The reason why is because people procrastinate by nature. If you don't give somebody a reason to take action right now, they're going to put it off till tomorrow. So you have to give someone a reason to act immediately. Oftentimes you can do this with a bonus, with limited time discounts. If you go through my marketing, the stuff that I've been teaching for the past 7 years or so, this is a really, really big part of it. Always have scarcity. Always give somebody a reason to act now rather than tomorrow, because if you don't, people will always put it off. Here's one thing though. Always use real scarcity. Never ever use false scarcity. So if you're going to do something, if you say a price is going to go up, if you say I only have X of these items in stock, don't ever lie about that, because all it takes is once for you to be caught, and then it ruins all your credibility. So never ever ever use false scarcity. Always use real scarcity. And then provide a justification for why they need to act now, makes them act now, even if the justification is ridiculous. So I'm having an anniversary sale, and this special is only going to be available for the next 4 days. It's my dog's birthday, and I wanted to celebrate, so I'm having this sale for the next 2 days. Make sure you get it now. It doesn't matter what the justification is. If you ever get the opportunity, read a book called Influence by Robert Cialdini. It talks a lot about this stuff and justifications and the psychology behind it. And one of the tests was that somebody wanted to cut in line at a photocopier, and they did the test. Hey, do you mind if I cut in line and make a photocopy? And almost everybody said, no, you can't get to the back of the line unless they provided a justification. Hey, do you mind if I cut in front to make a photocopy? I need to go get a salad. Hey, I need to go move my car. Hey, I need to use the washroom. Hey, I need to learn how to sew. It doesn't matter what the justification is. Just the sheer act of providing a justification, more often than not, will reinforce it enough that somebody will take action. And that's crazy. I didn't believe it myself until I tried it. But yeah, if you just give a justification to why you want to do something, most people won't question it. I love teaching this psychology stuff. This is really, really fun thing. Really fun stuff. Nathan says, love the book. It is a phenomenal one. If you love that one, check out Predictably Irrational by Dan Ariely. I always have a hard time pronouncing his last name, but Predictably Irrational is another really good one along the same lines. Okay, all buyers must be offered an upsell. Would you like fries with that? Are the 6 most profitable words in history. A huge percentage of customers, usually about 30%, will say yes no matter what the item is or what the price is. It is programmed into us, which is why by McDonald's saying, would you like fries with that? They're able to double their order without any extra work whatsoever. Ask the customer if they'd like a complimentary item just before purchase. Many will take it. This is a really, really great tip for retail locations and or restaurant locations. And a little bit of a funny story here. So I'm up in Canada, and I'm very close to Quebec. And up here we've got a dish called poutine. And poutine is fries, right, like chipwagon fries with cheese curds, it's a type of cheese, and gravy on top. And usually when I go to a restaurant, I'll order that, and I'll have that as a side along with my meal. And I went into a restaurant one time, and I really didn't want that. And the waitress came by and asked me, hey, so I noticed you got fries. Would you like to get a poutine with that instead? And I said, no, thanks. I'll just have the fries. She says, okay, well, no problem. Would you like to have gravy on your fries? And I said, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I'll have gravy. And she said, okay, well, would you like to have cheese on your fries? So, oh, that's clever. So she basically got me to buy the exact same thing. She just broke it down bit by bit and explained every step. And I ended up buying the exact same thing anyway. So, would you like fries with that? Would you like gravy? Would you like this extra batteries? Would you like a memory card? It doesn't matter. Whatever add-on it is, all you have to do is ask. And like a huge percentage of people will take it, and it increases the average order value that you have. This is some of the easiest money you can find in your business right now. 6, all offers must have a follow-up sequence. The most expensive sale you'll ever get is the first one. And that doesn't matter if you're paying for advertising or not. That's most expensive in terms of effort. It takes more to convince a customer to purchase the first time than it will any other time. So by having a follow-up sequence, either email or mail, you guys know I prefer email because it's free. You're able to turn leads into buyers and buyers into repeat customers. Sales to previous customers are way, way easier to sell than new customers, and follow-up sequences can be set to run on autopilot. They require no work on your part. And they can be set up for free with MailChimp or very, very cheaply with ActiveCampaign. So I'm a huge fan of these follow-up sequences, and they can dramatically increase the average order value that you have, the lifetime value of your customers. If your customers are worth more over the course of the lifetime with you, you can spend more on advertising. Whoever can spend the most on advertising to acquire a customer wins. Bottom line. So that means that if you can spend more to acquire a customer than your competition, you will beat their pants off every single day. There's no way for them to compete with you because you're able to suck more money out of your business than they are, so you can spend more. Okay, number 7. You must always, always, always build a house list. This is the single most valuable asset in your business. There are over 100 people on the call right now, all because I sent out an email to my list and said, hey guys, I've got a presentation. I've got some cool new stuff. Why don't you check it out? So you're able to send one email out and generate as much business as you want, whether that's booking appointments, whether that's getting people in to have a meal at your restaurant, or whether that's getting people in to your website or your retail store. It doesn't matter what it is. One email that's pre-written, that takes less than 5 minutes to send out, can generate more business than you could possibly handle. This gives you valuable insights into what products or services your customers like most as well, so you know what to focus on, and you can generate sales for years to come. Some of you, like David, actually I believe it's Dittler? Yeah, hey, I did. I got the name right. David, I know you've been on my list for years. I've got people on my list right now, Bill, that have been here forever. Nathan, Benoit, you guys have been on my list for years and years and years and years. And it's a perfect example of how this stuff works really well. If you find somebody that you like and you're happy following them and you like chatting with them, then you're going to purchase from them, which is why it's so important to build a house list and to talk to your customers and to stay engaged with them. They will literally generate sales for years to come. And if you grow a large enough email list, you can simply stop advertising. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that. You grow a large enough email list, you could stop paying for ads. I don't think I included this as a case study later on. I used a different case study instead, but I've actually got a client that we ran ads for her for about 3 or 4 months. And when she was touring North America, she's a professional psychic. It built up her customer database so much so that she was able to stop advertising altogether and just sends emails to book appointments. So it's by far the best asset you will ever have. So, okay, what about 8, 9, and 10? Well, the last 3 steps of the 10-step direct marketing formula are going to be in the PDF you receive at the end of the call. And the reason why is they take a little bit more to explain, and there are some references that go along with it. But you don't want to miss that. The last tip ties everything together. It's the single most important part of this whole direct marketing stuff. It talks about tracking, analytics, and how to make sure that your advertising improves over time. So here are a few examples of how these 7 tips can be used in 3 different types of businesses. How are you guys doing, by the way? Coming through loud and clear? Is everything making sense? By the way, do you have any questions on anything that we've covered so far? I know a lot of this is new to a lot of you guys. I know a lot of this is old stuff to some of you too. Some of you guys that have been on my list for a while now that I've been preaching about this stuff for a while. All clear? All good here? Excellent. All good in the hood. Awesome. All right, well, let's keep the ball rolling then. So, financial advisor. This one hits close to home because this was the situation I was in. So, USP, unique service proposition. Over 78 years of combined experience helping families save for their dreams. It's pretty clear. That's what's unique about their business. They've got 78 years. And notice it's a specific number. I didn't say over 75 years. Whenever you can use specifics in your marketing, they're far more effective. And the reason why is because when you make generalizations, everybody makes generalizations. So it discredits the claim that you're making. When you make specific claims, it adds a lot more credibility to it. So that's the main reason. Alex saying, is direct marketing like pay-per-view? No, direct marketing is a type of marketing that you can do with pay-per-view. But direct marketing is the sum total of those 10 tips that I was recommending earlier. So direct marketing, in a nutshell, is a piece of advertising. It could be pay-per-view, it could be an ad you see on TV, it could be an infomercial, it could be a newsletter, it could be any type of marketing medium. But what differentiates direct response from other forms of marketing is that it's very benefit rich. It appeals to the person who is reading the ad, and it gets them to take an action right now. So that action could be pick up the phone and call to book your appointment. It could be fill out this information, this form online. It could be place your order. It could just be click to visit our website. It doesn't necessarily have to be a purchase activity. It could be an activity that gets them into your sales funnel. But what all direct marketing has in common is that it's all benefit rich. It's geared towards something the customer wants now, and it gets them to take an action immediately. And it's that action immediately that makes it so valuable and so worthwhile, because that action immediately is what allows you to track this stuff. That's what it tells you which headline is going to work best or not. So that's kind of the linchpin. And that's actually, that's point number 10 that you'll get in the book at the end of the call today. So excellent question, Alex. Actually, I've got a couple more questions here. So fantastic. I'll whip through them and then we can hop on back into our presentation. Mouse isn't working. Okay, one sec here. I'm just going to close out of this so I can see what's going on, open up the questions, and answer the questions. Kim's saying, what if I'm just starting out and I don't have experience? That's okay. The nice thing about this direct marketing stuff is that even if you just get the absolute bare minimum basics, it's still better than the competition. Because the competition, 95% of small business owners don't even know this type of stuff exists. So when you got a piece of marketing material, it could be a website, it could be a postcard you're sending out, it could be an email, and you've got it full of benefits, and you've got reasons why they need to take advantage of this offer right now, and then you give them a way to take advantage. A vast majority of people will take you up on that offer. Significantly more than just saying, here's what we have to offer, or here's what we have, whenever you're ready, come buy it. So it's even if you're just starting out, the leverage that you get over a traditional type of marketing is phenomenal. Roger's saying, how do we get the ads in front of prospects in the first place? So Facebook advertising. I'm having a hard time here with my. There we go. With my slider here. How do you get ads in front of people in the first place? So there's lots of different ways that you can do this. Facebook advertising is definitely one, but even posting. So I'll go to the grocery store and they've got flyers that are put on a posted board outside the grocery store for people that are offering local services, babysitting or snow removal. Like I said, I'm up here in Canada, so I'm buried under 8 feet of snow right now. Not exactly 8 feet of snow. Way too much snow. I'm not a fan of snow. Anyway, they'll put up stuff that says snow removal and all these small services. And that's the type of thing that direct marketing is perfect for, because it's no one else is doing it. So you could post flyers up. You can have ads in the newspaper. You can have your website. You could do. You could reach out to people that are influencers. The bottom line here is that if your marketing meets if your advertising meets direct marketing standards, the people that you do get to your page that do see your offers are much more likely to take action on it. So Facebook ads is one of the easier ones. Depending on the type of business that you run, Facebook ads or Google ads are usually what I go to first. But as long as you can craft your message in a way that it appeals to your prospects right now and it makes them want to take action right now, it doesn't really matter what the marketing medium is, because it's still going to work. Kim says, currently helping social media for debt reduction. Might have to change. Well, if you're getting clients and you're getting people interested in your site and visitors right now through social media, keep doing it. If you've already put in the work, my recommendation, though, would be to modify your marketing assets, so the website, then maybe follow-up sequences, that kind of thing, so that they take into consideration these direct response marketing principles. Because social media can work to bring people to your page, but you need to convert them into buyers, and in this case, helping people get out of debt. So that would be what I would focus on. Benoit says, can direct marketing be applied to offline? Direct marketing was invented by offline people. So direct marketing has been around since about 1860, 1870. So easily 130 years. And it's only in the past 20 years, not even in the past 15 years, that it's gone online. Which is why I think it's so funny that people call this stuff internet marketing now. Internet marketing is just a new name for direct marketing. And for those of you that are really, really into this stuff, and after the webinar, you're going to go out and buy a whole bunch of books on this. Books that you can buy about direct marketing that were written before the internet was invented are 10 times better. And the reason why is because the copywriters were better. Unlike today, where you can do a test and it's $5 to do your test, back in the day, if you wanted to test something, you had to shell out thousands of dollars. So you had to spend a lot more time on your copy, and you had to be a much better writer. So books printed before 1980 generally have better copywriting advice in them, which is why most of the stuff that I read is like 70 years old. Jensen, if not social media, what's a better way to build an email list? You can use social media to build an email list, and that's fantastic because that's part of the house list. Just use the direct marketing principles in the house list when you're sending communications out. Alex says, is Google AdWords used for direct marketing for local businesses like heating company? Absolutely, yes. It's fantastic for something like a heating company or a plumbing company, and the reason why, or a roofer company, is because what happens when your heater breaks down, your air conditioner breaks down? Where's the first thing you do? You go to Google, or you go to, well, some people go to the phone book. Most people go to Google, and you type in heater repair, or roof leak repair your city, and you can pick those keywords in your advertising and have your ad show up. And if everyone else is saying we repair roofs, and your ad says we guarantee to fix your roof, or you don't pay a dime, 24-hour service, come get a free consultation, or whatever it is, and you list all the benefits in the world, when everyone else is saying we just fix roofs, and you say we fix roofs and here's all the benefits it's going to help you, your ad stands out, people contact you. So that's why. So Google is really, really great for advertising products that customers go and search out. So my basement's flooded, I need to fix it right now. I need to find a babysitter for my kid, or any kind of service or product that people need immediately. Google is excellent for. If you're in the type of business where you are a consultant or a coach and you need to find your prospects, then Facebook is better for that. So it all depends on what your end goal is. And if you're interested in that type of stuff, I can show you how we can chat at the end of the call. Benoit says, how can I adapt your traditional direct marketing to traditional marketing? Well, that's direct marketing is for small enterprises and small businesses, so you wouldn't need to adapt anything. If anything, it would be adapting brand marketing to direct marketing. Anyway, okay, so I'm getting off topic here. We still have about 20 or 30 more slides to go, so we're about 2/3 of the way through. So let me go ahead and minimize this again, have another sip of water, and we will... Oh, you have to take off, Wes? Okay, no problem. I'll make sure you get a replay. We will go full screen with this again and keep going. So, financial advisor, near and dear to my heart. I used to be one. Being on both sides of the fence here, not knowing about this advertising stuff, as a financial advisor, this would have changed my life. It would have been such a huge, phenomenal help had I have known about this direct marketing stuff and not had to spend 7 years studying marketing. But so financial advisor, over 78 years of combined experience helping families save for their dreams. Headline, get a $50 steak dinner free. So that's a really, really great headline. Free steak dinner, $50. All of those things are costs to pull a person in and get them to continue reading. If this isn't the most helpful financial meeting you'll ever attend, I'll buy you a $50 steak dinner. Very, very similar to the ad that we saw earlier. Scarcity, sign up before XYZ and get a free gift is our way of saying thank you. And what's funny is that I put together this slide before I found that ad. And everything that I'm saying on this ad, the heating and repair guy is using in his ad. Upsell, other services could be complimentary, essential at the same time. So key man insurance if you're a business owner, critical illness insurance, that kind of thing. You could have a follow-up that educates customers and convinces them to take advantage of other services. So in Canada, registered retirement savings plans, I know there's a different name for it in the US, but basically retirement savings plans, life insurance, health insurance, these are all things that you can mention to your customers in a follow-up sequence that would get them to book appointments with you without you having to spend anything on advertising. And then the house list, by collecting all these email addresses of people in the area through inexpensive ads, social media, through getting out networking, you're able to send one email out to these people and book appointments whenever necessary. So here's how a retail store or a restaurant can use some of these principles. This is for an Italian restaurant. So the USP could be something like farm fresh, locally picked organic ingredients. A headline, the best home-cooked Italian meal you've ever had or you eat for free. Free meal, free food, free money. These are all big polling things. They all have big polling power. So guaranteed the best Italian meal you've ever had or you don't pay a dime. The scarcity, we only have 10 tables, which means we have limited seating every night. Reserve now. Just call ahead, leave your name and your information, or fill out this form and we'll book a table for you. Or reserve now and save 5% off your meal. Whatever it is, give them a reason to act now. So upsells, appetizers, drinks, desserts, take home. There's a million opportunities for upsells at restaurants. And I gave you the perfect example earlier with the fries and the gravy and the cheese. I can't believe how well that worked on me. And what you could do for the house list is every person that comes through your restaurant door, you could say, hey, I'd love to put you on our VIP customer list. And what that entitles you to is 5% off your bill today. And you get notified of any specials in the future. And then what you can do is anytime you've got a slow day, a slow Tuesday, a slow Wednesday, off nights, the days that you know aren't going to be busy, all you do is send an email out and say, hey, we've got a special on appetizers tonight. Buy one, get one free. Or buy 1 pint of beer and get a free appetizer. And then your restaurant is packed. Just call to place your reservation right now and we'll give you a free appetizer. And you don't have to do anything other than send one email. This is one of the most effective promotions a restaurant can do. So now we'll go into online businesses, e-commerce services, something like debt reduction would follow under this. So here's an example, an online guitar store. Many of you know this is one of the companies that I have. So unique service proposition is our synthetic wood design guitar picks won't crack, snap, or dry out. Headline, free wood design guitar picks. Free is such a powerful word in marketing. Guarantee, 30-day money-back guarantee. Scarcity, grand opening special. This goes on to talk about the scarcity stuff I was mentioning a few slides ago. It doesn't matter what the justification is, as long as you've got a reason for them to act now. So this week, it could be a grand opening special if it's a new store. It could be a New Year's special. It could be a spring special. It could be a Valentine's Day. You could think of a different kind of special or a different kind of reason why they need to buy now for every single month without even batting an eye. So having scarcity in there and reasons why people need to act now are very, very important. Upsell various guitar accessories. Your house list, as your leads and your buyers list are captured to advertise to later. Follow up, continue to sell products related to guitar stuff. It could be services like how to play guitar. It could be guitar products. It could be physical guitars themselves. So all of these things, so your USP, your headline, your guarantee, scarcity, upsell, house list, follow up, all that stuff. Everything being benefit rich. It doesn't matter whether you've got a service-based business, whether you've got an online business, whether you've got a retail location, a restaurant, it doesn't matter. Whether you're doing traditional marketing right now, whether you're doing social media, none of that stuff matters. As long as you follow these 10-step formula and you implement each one of these, your marketing is going to be phenomenally more effective. Your advertising is going to be way cheaper and you're going to get a lot more business. So onto our immediate action steps. Number 1, figure out your unique selling proposition. There needs to be something that differentiates you from your competition. These are the steps that I want you to take after the call. Number 1, figure out your unique selling proposition. You can't compete on price alone. Being a Me Too business does not work. You need to find some part of your story or your process that the public can identify with. It doesn't have to be unique to you. It just has to be unique to you in the eyes of the public. Oh, there's that brewer example I was talking about that I mentioned earlier. So every brewer has to purify their tanks before making a new batch of beer, but by claiming that your beer tanks are cleaned 5 times before each batch, you sound different and you stand out, even though every brewer actually does that process. So every financial advisor goes through a questionnaire to make sure that the services that you're offering your new client fit what they actually need. Very, very few people mention that questionnaire. In your advertising, you could say, we have a 42-point questionnaire that covers everything from today's expenses to planning your retirement to make sure that no stone is left unturned. There's a benefit. No stone is left unturned. We're going to cover everything. We can't say the same thing about our competition. So figure out your unique selling proposition. Go over all your marketing and make sure that they have the following. 1, a strong, benefit-rich headline to grab attention. 2, an excellent offer that your prospects can't wait to buy. 3, a strong call to action to tell them exactly what to do next. Scarcity to motivate them to to act now. A guarantee to remove any pre-purchase concerns they have. And Actually, that's it. Those are the 5 points, really. But just those few things, I mean, there are 10, but just those 5 things will make such a huge difference that you may not even need the rest of the 5. Every piece of marketing material needs to conform to these standards. Start building an email list. It's the most valuable asset your business will ever own. It gives you the ability to generate sales at the push of a button. You create prepackaged promos. And I'm not exaggerating. It is a push of a button. Load up email templates. Select the people you want it to go to. Press send. Bada bing, bada boom. You have business. I can't reiterate enough how much this is not an exaggeration. A lot of people talk on presentations about how you're able to do this. It's one-click button and all that. This literally is. It may not be one button, but it's like 2 or 3 buttons and you don't have to do any work. So it's phenomenally effective. It's the best form of marketing out there. Find an upsell that you can offer after your main products. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just the act of asking someone to buy something else will get 30% of the people to say yes. Like I said, it's some of the easiest money your business will ever make. So, to quickly recap, what makes direct marketing so great? It works on any business, regardless of price, regardless of product, regardless of service. It relies on very stable advertising standards that have not changed in 100+ years. It allows you to know exactly which marketing efforts are working and which ones aren't, and it gives immediate, consistent results that are easily tracked and improved upon. You don't have to wait weeks or months or years like you do with SEO or social media. You see results now. Your marketing can be used for years without needing to change it. It gives you total control over the sales that you make. You are in the driver's seat. So that's one of the things I hate the most about social media is that, and this is after living through umpteen Google changes, where you spend months and months and months making sure that your website is ranked number 1 for the product or the service that you're selling, and then you wake up one morning and you check your ranking, and Google has decided to throw everything up in the air, change its algorithm, and you have to start back at square 1. All your traffic is gone, all your sales are gone, that's it. That's scary stuff. So with direct marketing, you're in constant control. So there are 3 types of traffic out there. There's traffic you own, traffic you don't, traffic you own, traffic you don't own, and traffic you control. Email marketing is traffic you control. Paying for ads is email marketing is using traffic you own. Paying for ads is using traffic that you control. Social media and SEO is using traffic you have no control over. The goal is to take as much traffic as you can and turn it into traffic that you control so that you can advertise to it whenever you want. You're in the driver's seat. So no spending hours sharing stuff on social media or managing SEO. It's relatively easy to scale this stuff because you're able to see exactly what's working and exactly what's not working, and it's by far the most effective form of advertising available. Direct marketing is easy to do once you understand this formula. So are you guys starting to see why I'm such a big fan of this stuff and why I'm so excited to be able to start teaching this in transition? It's simple, it works, it's repeatable, and once you understand that 10-step formula, this is a piece of cake. So today I promised a very simple advertising formula that can transform terrible marketing into genius marketing overnight, how to sell anything to anyone, anywhere with these easy to follow rules, how to apply everything to an online business and a traditional business, because I know I got people on this call in both camps, and I wanted to make sure I was able to help both of you. Today I promised how to make consistent sales without spending a penny on advertising. Email marketing, fantastic. If you're not doing it right now, get on top of it. I've got a really good friend of mine who makes, I think he's probably somewhere in the area of $8 million to $10 million a year. And I've been on him for 3 years now. Dude, you have to get a sales funnel behind there. You have to get a sales funnel behind your offer. And every time I talked to him, he said, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. Well, he finally got around to doing it around Christmas last year. And up until that point, he was spending money on ads every single day to book appointments for his program. He turned off his ads because his email marketing was so effective. So that goes to show you, he's able to keep that $8 to $10 million in sales coming in just off email marketing without spending any money on advertising. So we went over 3 case studies that you can model for a service-based business, a retail restaurant, and an online business. And we went over the 4 big action steps that you can take today that will increase your sales by tomorrow. So make sure after the call, you go ahead, you take action on those. They will be in the PDF. I'll give you in just a few slides from now. But if you guys are anything like I was, when I first stumbled into this wonderful world of direct response and realized that I finally had control over how my business does, if you're anything like I was, you probably want to know what you can do next, what books you can read, what things you can use to follow up on this information. Well, I've got something that you may like. I just finished putting together a brand new course. It teaches direct marketing basics to small business owners, and it can be applied towards traditional businesses or online businesses. You can use this to sell pretty much anything. Regardless of the type of business that you run, whether it is service, whether it's a product, it doesn't matter. It'll work no matter what. And it covers everything that you need to know to transform your business into a lean, mean sales-making machine. So here's a very brief look into what we'll be covering each week. Week one, we're going to be going over getting settled. So you get into the program, you get comfortable in it. We figure out your goals, your baseline numbers, figure out exactly what your customers want, and we start crafting the perfect, unique sales proposition to set yourself apart from your competition. We create a customer desire mind map so you know what motivates your buyers. And what we do with this is you post it beside your computer or wherever it is that you do your work, and you use it as a reference point whenever you're coming up with advertising or educational material. So we'll create your customer avatar so you know who you're writing to. One of the key points of direct marketing is that you're not writing to an audience. An audience isn't reading your letter or isn't reading your marketing. An individual person is. So when you create your customer avatar, that's the ideal person that you're going to be selling to. When you write to that person, I don't know how, just through the sake of visualizing that person and intentionally writing your message to Bob, who's a 45-year-old small business owner who makes between $50,000 and $100,000 a year or whatever it might be. By focusing on that person and writing towards that person is significantly more likely to sign up for your program. So this week we set up your sales goals. We figure out kind of where you are right now and where you want to go. So week two, we do our first big sales push. And the goal of this, there's 3 big sales pushes in the program. The goal of the first one is to cover the cost of the program and to start building your house list. Here we focus on massive imperfect action. A great ad now is better than a perfect ad tomorrow. And if you just follow those 10 steps, you can make a great ad very easily. We use prepackaged promos to make sales on demand. So I've got a series of promotions, email promotions and campaigns that you can take, and you literally change the text a little bit so it matches your business. You send it out, and these campaigns have been proven time and time again to make sales. I've got one of them that, actually I've got 2 of them that I have used over the course of, one of them 4 years, the other one about 6 years, that every single time I send the promotions out, they make money. Not an exaggeration. Every single time in 4 and 6 years that I've sent them out, they have generated sales. So I'll share those with you. You can use those to start generating sales and to cover the cost of the program. We'll talk about how to structure your promotions for maximum effect and how to collect and store lead and customer data to build your house list if you don't have one yet. So we want to start building that as early on as possible because, and I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, it is the most valuable asset you will ever own. Even more so than your house kind of thing. Because this is what's going to allow you to generate business whenever you need it. So week 3, we talk about transforming your marketing. We go through everything in your business and we fine tune it to fit direct response principles. So if you've got a website, we fine tune that to make sure it fits those standards. If you've got Facebook ads, we fine tune those. If you've got a postcard that you send out, let me know, send me the postcard, we go over that together. We fine tune all that. It's a 12-step process that we go through to overhaul your marketing. We'll show you how to transform your website into a sales tool. Most websites are horribly designed. And this is one of my really big pet peeves with agencies out there. One of the main reasons I opened up a marketing agency is because oftentimes you'll go to these agency websites and you don't have a friggin' clue what they do because their website is so poorly made. Your website's number one goal should be to get your customer to take the action that you want them to take. In the case of my corporate website, Nolan Direct, it's to book a strategy session to learn which one of our monthly services would be best suited for their business. So it's as clear as day when you go to the page. Unfortunately, most websites aren't like that. Your website is a sales tool. It's a salesman that is online working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Treat it like that. So we'll show you how to go into your website, transform everything so that it starts booking you sales rather than just being an educational information piece. We'll talk about how to get people to take action now with different types of bonuses, discounts, and scarcity, and how to identify direct marketing from brand marketing in a little bit more detail because the more that you're able to familiarize yourself with direct marketing, the more you see it places, the more that you're able to pick out different elements and use effective parts of other people's advertising in your advertising. So week 4, we go over creating your sales funnel. And this is sales push number 2. So we create a sales funnel to generate leads and sales on autopilot. We'll talk about what a sales funnel is and why you want one, how to use email marketing to generate these sales on demand. We'll talk about writing different voices and how that can double your sales. So one of my favorite techniques is writing an announcement and then writing a follow-up message. So the 2 voices are Heary, heary, at the top of a podium or the front of a podium, making an announcement to a big, big crowd. And you make that announcement, and you send that email out and say, on this date, I'm going to have a webinar. Here's why you should attend. Everyone pay attention. Here's some news. It's basically a news release. The other voice is a personal follow-up message. Hey, Bob, I just wanted to follow up and make sure that you got that email I sent earlier. I copied the details below. Let me know if you have any questions. Cheers, Adam. And they're very, very impersonal, easygoing emails. When you write in those different types of voices, your email open rate goes through the roof and you make a lot more money. We'll talk about how to use surveys to find out exactly what your customers want. They'll tell you what they want to buy, what they want you to sell them. We'll go over subject lines, body content, calls to action, best days and times to send emails. All of this content, there's like an hour and a half to 2 hours of content every week, plus homework and action steps, accountability, everything. Week 5, we go over creating new offers. We talk about how to create an offer that is more expensive and less expensive than anything you're currently selling. We go over the science of upsells and how to structure them so that you can get 40, 50, 60% of the people that go through your sales funnels to take them up. There are video sequences that you can use that work extremely well for this that are included. We talk about how to add recurring and subscription products to any business. This includes e-commerce sites. This includes restaurants. Yes, a restaurant can have a subscription product. Yes, a retail store can have a subscription product. And the wonderful thing about these subscription products is that you're going into the month with revenue on the books. Your bills are paid starting on day 1. So the more recurring revenue you can add to your business, the more stable it is, the more valuable your business becomes. We'll talk about how to sell more expensive items, how to sell less expensive items, how to add these items to your follow-up sequence. And then week 6, we talk about tracking and testing for success. We show how to track where every sales comes from and show you how to split test. The reason why we do this is if you've got 2 different ads, one of them has headline A, one of them has headline B, we want to know which headline is going to make you the most money. So we'll show you how to track with this. And that even counts if you're sending out postcards or you've got maybe 10 flyers up around the city and half of them have one headline, half of them have another headline. I'll show you how to track this stuff even if it's not online. Even if you're going and putting, like I did as a financial advisor, literally walking door to door and putting postcards in people's mailboxes. I'll show you how to test that stuff and show you, and you'll be able to see which one is more effective. We're going to go over your key performance indicators. So those are the numbers that you need to make sure that your business runs within in order to stay profitable. We'll talk about how to set up your goals going forward, why you need to track everything, why A/B split testing is the bee's knees, the best thing in the world, and it's very easy to set up. But just these little tests, being able to test headline A compared to headline B, can double your sales. What to test: headlines, offers, guarantees. And then week 7, we go over Facebook ads, getting started with Facebook ads. So I know I had somebody in the the Q&A asking about getting in front of the right people. That's what we do here. So now that you've learned the basics of direct marketing, you understand how that stuff works. Facebook advertising, Google advertising, all that stuff, any kind of advertising, TV, print, it's just the mechanics that you learn because these direct response principles are the same across everything. Whether you're advertising on Facebook or Google, you still need to have a call to action. You still need to have a benefit-rich headline. So that's why we spend so much time on direct response and not quite as much time on the actual setup of the ads because the ads don't take a whole lot of time to set up. It's the mentality behind that, the headlines, the call to action, the incredible offer that you have to wrap your head around. So we take your direct marketing skills, we apply them to Facebook ads, we go over Facebook advertising 101, we learn how to target by interest, location, income, and almost anything you could think of. So if you've got a retail location, you can only target, if you want, you could target people that live within 20 kilometers or a 30-minute drive, or people that are interested in your business type that are within that location, or even worldwide. So it doesn't matter who your customer is or where they are in the world, we can find them, we can target them, and we can advertise to them with pinpoint precision. we're going to go over a simple ad template that works in almost every situation. And for those of you that have gone through my marketing programs before, when I've been talking about how to sell stuff online, it's almost the same formula. It works just as well across the board. That's why this stuff is so great, guys. Once you learn how to do this, it's a skill set that you have for life. It's like riding a bike. You don't forget how to ride a bike just because you're on a different road. So we covered that, all that stuff, and a whole lot more. And then week 8 is review and support. We wrap up any loose ends. We make sure your ads and your sales copy is all reviewed. We make sure your tracking and testing is working properly. And we get any last minute help. It's essentially a catch-up week because, as we all know, life gets in the way. So there is review and help at every step. I just want to make sure I'm... Okay, so the audio is still working good. I had a couple people comment there. So review and help at every single step. You'll get, it doesn't matter whether it's copy review, text setup, Facebook advertising, anything like that. If you need a hand with it along the way, I'm here to help. All your marketing materials will be reviewed by professional copywriters. This whole program is designed to get you results very, very, very quickly. So tech support if required, like results at week 2. Because we give you swipe files that have been pre-written that all you need to do is send out to start booking sales. If you've got a customer list. If you don't, we start working on one and you can still start making sales. All necessary sales material will be provided. All tech help will be provided. I'll give you references to recommended tools, templates, basically everything you need. There are individual coaching sessions as well. You get 2 30-minute private phone coaching sessions. It can be used for anything related to the program. And as always, it is a very generous 30 minutes. And that's mostly there as a safety net to make sure that these calls don't turn into 3-hour training sessions. And you can schedule those calls anytime during the duration of the course. We also have weekly Q&A calls. These are designed to keep you accountable and on track. A weekly brainstorming session to get past any obstacles, to review any copy that you might have. We make sure that your marketing is top-notch all the time. And it's a great place to meet new business owner friends. These are people that are currently running businesses right now in the trenches doing the same thing that you're doing. So everyone going through this course has the same end goal. You get proven ad campaign templates, which are one of the most valuable aspects of this course. All you do is you copy the copy, replace the default text, and then send. And it brings in sales, it brings in appointments. These campaigns have been proven to be successful, like I said, time and time and time again. Over 5 years for some of them. We're always adding new swipe files, new promotions, prepackaged promos into the vault as well. So if there's something that you're looking for, let us know. We'll work on it together. It'll get added to the vault and you can use it indefinitely then. Some of these campaigns have literally generated millions of dollars in sales. So the Facebook Mastermind group is included with this as well. It's 8 weeks in the Sales on Demand Facebook group. It's a private coaching group with access to support staff. It's very, very interactive. We go over ideas, successes, frustrations. Maybe you ran an ad and it didn't do as well and you need to vent. That's okay. Not every ad is going to be out of the park the first time. And sometimes you need to vent because there are times when this stuff can get pretty annoying. But it's part of the course, and that's why we do this together. It's a support group. So the weekly Q&A calls also get posted in that Facebook Mastermind group. So the end goal of all of this is that you build a highly efficient sales funnel that generates consistent sales or appointments on autopilot. Now, tuition for this program is not cheap. This is aimed at traditional business owners that generally have higher revenue, higher expectations coming out of their company. So the cost of this program is a little bit higher than what I normally do. It's $4,995. However, I got something special for you guys today. Because you guys have been with me forever, because there are literally people on this call that I've chatted with over the past 5 years, and this course isn't open to the public yet. I wanted to do something a little bit special. So I'm going to do some pre-launch special pricing. This is only available to previous customers and subscribers. I'm going to be upping the price on the 23rd of January. There is limited space available, and there is a catch. There's a big old catch with this, and I will explain the catch in a moment. But the pricing, drumroll, the first 10 people that sign up, it'll be $997. After the first 10 people, the price goes up to $1,997, so $2,000. And then starting January 23rd, the price goes up to $4,995. So it pays to take action now. Now here's the catch. I need your help. Because this is a brand new course, I want to make it as good as possible. This is kind of what I'm going to be doing ongoing for the foreseeable future. and I would love your opinion. So after you complete the program, I'd like you to go through an anonymous survey. It'll just take you 5 minutes and write what you liked about the program and what you would change. This is completely anonymous. I won't know who wrote this, but this really helps a ton in me improving the course as quickly as possible. So that's the only catch. There is one last thing. Now, if you join as part of this pre-launch special, what I'm going to do is I'll give you access for life, not just the 8 weeks. Everyone coming into the program from the 23rd on gets access to the course for 8 weeks, the membership group for 8 weeks. After that, they're done. And if they want to continue in it, it costs extra. This is going to be for life, guys, just for you, just because I've known you forever. We've worked together for a really long time, and I want to keep going. So here's how to apply. Visit www.nolandirect.com/apply. Leave your $197 fully refundable deposit and book your quick Q&A call. So why am I doing this application call? Well, the reason why is I have 4 simple questions I need to ask you to make sure that I can actually help you. If I can't help you, it wouldn't be right to accept you into the program, right? I mean, it's just, if you're not going to have great results by this, if you're not at a point right now in your business where I can help you, then I'm not going to let you in. It just wouldn't be right for me to do. So this call gives me the opportunity to ask you these questions to make sure that you're a right fit. It also gives you the opportunity to ask me any questions to make sure that this is the right fit for your business right now. This is not going to be the right fit for some of the people that apply, and that's okay. That's fine. Gladly refund your deposit on the call. We stay friends. There's no harm, no foul. I'm a pretty easygoing guy, as you guys can probably tell. But this deposit reserves your spot in the program, and it locks in that price at $997. So remember, it is first applied, first accepted. The first 10 deposits, first 10 people that get into the program, get in at $997. After that, it's $2,000, $1,997 until January 23rd. So to apply, go to nolandirect.com/apply, and we'll do a quick little recap here. Week 1, figuring out your USP. Week 2 is your sales push. Week 3 is your total market transformation. Week 4 is creating your lead and your customer follow-up sequence. Week 5 is creating new offers. Week 6 is tracking and testing for success. Week 7 is getting started with your Facebook ads. Week 8 is recap and review. And then we've got 8 weekly Q&A calls, the private coaching sessions. I don't even offer those anymore. I only offer them as part of my masterclass programs. You get daily help via email, via the Facebook group, full copy review of everything, all marketing materials, which is priceless. Marketing and tech help, setup help, pre-packaged promotions that are continually added and updated. And these are promotions that are proven and guaranteed to work, and access for life, not just the 8 weeks. It's regularly going to be $5,000 US right now, because you guys have been with me forever and you're wonderful and I love you and I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to do it at $997 for the first 10, and then $1997 if you're one of the 10 after that. So it does pay to act quickly. Go ahead, reserve your spot now, nolandirect.com/apply. And I'm really looking forward to speaking with you. All right, so what I will do since, oh, there we go, last slide. Okay, reserve your spot at the link below, nolandirect.com/apply. And to get that PDF download, make sure you head on over to the page nolandirect.com/apply. You can download that right there. So I'll show you how to do that. Click on the link. It'll take you over to a secure website. So everything is safe and secure. Click here to download the webinar PDF. There you go. So that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and open up the floor to some Q&A now, and we can have some fun, chat about some marketing techniques and tricks and all that good stuff. Let me just close this here because I can't resize anything. Nothing's resizing properly. Open up the questions, and maybe this will work. Nope, still can't resize it. All right, well, I'll try and make it through here. So, some Q&A here. Roger says, I'm sorry, but you don't just have an email list out of the blue. You have to use social marketing to get them in the first place. So why are you against social marketing? You don't have to use social marketing to get people on your list at all. You can use paid advertising. You can use an influencer. So as an example, one of the things that I'm going to be doing to get lots of traffic and to get lots of people to book appointments is I'll be doing guest interviews. At the end of the guest interview, I'll be saying, visit our site, nolandirect.com, if you'd like to book a free strategy session to see if any of our services can help your business. So there are a million different ways in order to get people on your list. Social media is one of them. But the important thing is that once somebody is on your list, that you take advantage of direct marketing and you actually give them an action to take action on immediately, rather than just sending them information. So that's kind of the big thing there. Kevin's saying, really sorry I haven't got a dash. Thanks for the great webinar. Glad you like it. Oh, audio dropped at the 319 mark. Well, hopefully it's all working. Can you guys, is everything okay? Can you guys see? Are you seeing the screen? I'll type in the URL and everyone can, or anyone who's interested in signing up can go check that out. nolandirect.com/apply. And while I send that out, hopefully you guys can hear me, you can see me, everything's good. Okay, glad. I'm glad, David, because I got your message earlier that, oh no, that was Mal that said lost the audio. Anyway, do you guys have any questions on any direct marketing, anything that we talked about today, any questions on the program? Questions on your business that you're working with right now? By all means, this is an open forum, so even if it's not 100% related to the program, that's okay. Let me know. We're here to do some Q&A and talk about some direct marketing. I could talk about this stuff till I'm blue in the face. I love it. So if there aren't any other questions coming in, or maybe it's just people are typing them in right now, I want to recommend a couple of books for you guys to take a look at. They're actually at the bottom of the PDF here, all the way down. And after this call, if you're looking for something else to do, something else to read, or to get involved in direct marketing, why, of course, I recommend that you sign up to the program. We chat on the phone and see if I can actually help you. But if you would rather go at it on your own and kind of just start absorbing direct marketing stuff because you're interested in it, the number one book I would recommend probably would be Tested Advertising Methods by John Caples, which is the first one right here. And it's a nice short book, but what I like about it is that it's a field guide. So it's, I need to write a great headline. How do I write a headline? Open up to page 20, follow these pointers, and then you come up with a great headline. So it's a very hands-on book that you want to keep on your desk at all times to reference back to. Anything by Dan Kennedy is going to be great. No BS direct marketing, no BS grassroots marketing, no BS price strategy. And depending on the type of company that you have, there are going to be different things that will be more or less relevant to you. The Robert Collier letter book, Ogilvy on advertising, Words That Sell. The Words That Sell book is another really great reference book, and it'll have excellent like hooks and catches and headlines and transitions and all that you can use, visceral words that grab people's attention. So all of these are excellent books that if you're interested in this direct marketing stuff, I highly recommend you pick this up. That's one of the best things that you could do to get good at this stuff, is to read as much as you can about direct advertising. I probably have more books on this stuff than, actually I'm very confident that I have more books on direct advertising than any bookstore in my city. And there's 1 million people that live in the city. It's a big city. So the more that you read on this stuff, the more that you indoctrinate this into your world, the better you get at it, the more effective your advertising becomes. Jen says, thanks, Adam. Michael says, why did you quit internet marketing? The reason being is because a lot of the stuff that I was teaching in internet marketing is very, very similar to the stuff I'm teaching in direct marketing, except direct marketing has a much bigger reach. So whereas teaching people how to make money online, it's a relatively small audience compared to the massive world of small business owners. Small business owners are easier to advertise to. It's easier to advertise those type of products, and I'm able to help more people. Also, I'm a lot more passionate about this type of stuff. It's really, really cool to run an ad and do a test and guess which headline is going to win and be completely, utterly, horribly wrong by the result. And that'll happen more often than not, where you run a test and you're blown away by the results. But you end up getting a variation that is outperforming your control by 2 to 1, and you've just doubled the amount of money that you bring in by changing one headline. And to be able to take that type of stuff and apply it towards a business that already has sales is, for most business owners, magic. So what we're doing right here, if you take this, because so few business owners know about this direct marketing stuff, it really appears as though it's magic. So it's just a really, really fun thing to teach. It's very, very effective. It's easy to track the results. I can share it with more people. So lots and lots of reasons why I decided to change who I'm helping, really. Chris says, how do I get the PDF? You head on over to nolandirect.com/apply, and I'll just type that in here. And it's at the top of the page. So this is the page it'll bring you to, and see here it says click here to download the webinar PDF. Just click on that and it'll download right there onto your computer. We got another question about the PDF. Let's see. Mal says, do you intend to offer an affiliate program for this course? Probably not for the foreseeable future. If somebody had a large enough audience and there was a plan behind their advertising and a plan behind what they were going to be doing, I could probably be convinced, because I know how much it costs to acquire a customer for this type of thing. So I could probably be convinced, but it would have to be more of a long-term plan that's established and set up. So it's not going to be a kind of fly-by-night, accept affiliates that'll promote it once type deal and then move on. I'd rather work with affiliates that are planning on promoting it on an ongoing basis. So Mal, if that's something that you're interested in, send me an email and we can chat. Tim says, thanks, good stuff. Excellent, guys. Gotta run, won't be signing up for this one, but it does look good. And yes, good books. I also like the old marketing books. Old marketing books are the best you can get. Go to your library, go to, even Google Books has some for free. Here's another great website while I'm here, www.swiped.co. This is a phenomenal resource. Oh, I can't type. Hopefully that's the only problem here. Swiped.co. No! I hope it's not gone. I'll have to double check because swiped. No. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Because this used to be a database of some of the best bits of copywriting and ads out there. So I really hope the site isn't down. I'll keep checking back and I'll update you guys. But look, bookmark this www.swiped.co and check back in a couple of days. Hopefully it'll be up. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. We'll wrap up the call, and if you do have any more questions, last-minute stuff, go ahead and post them now. I'll get to those ASAP. If you are on the fence, you're not sure if this is for you, go ahead, book the call, leave your $197 deposit. If you change your mind, that's okay, but the important thing is to lock yourself into the first 10 so that you can take advantage of that $997 price point. I'm really looking forward to chatting with you. And thanks again, guys, for being here on wonderful Friday afternoon. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Oh, David says swipe.co. Is that it? Did they change? No, doesn't look like it's coming up. Might just be me. Swipe.co. Yeah, it might be I put in the wrong domain name or something like that. Anyway, if you Google it, swiped or swipe.co, it's going to be there. It's a huge website when it's up and running. All right, guys. Swipe. Okay, so it worked for you. All right, so it is swipe.co. So check that website out, guys. Take a look at the books. If you do want to take advantage of the $997 price point, the super awesome deal that is only going to be available for the first 10 people, go to nolandirect.com/apply, and I can't wait to chat with you. All right, guys, have a great day, have a great weekend, and I will chat with you all later. Bye now.